Hello and welcome. Streaming live from Shenanigans Sports Bar and Grill, this is Bobcat Insider Playoff Edition, brought to you by Luke's Cage and Shenanigans. I'm Darren Prater. Arlen Ponder is alongside, and Central head coach Mark Smith is along as the Bobcats get ready to take on the South Lake Carroll Dragons. You may have heard of them coming up this Friday night in Stephenville at Bryles Stadium. But first, let's talk about the playoff win. It's been a while, and let's go ahead and get into some highlights.
We got the trophy right here, too, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got that. We brought it right up here.
I had to get a picture with that. That is sweet. Yeah. It's been a while, and congratulations. Let's get into the game. What do you say?
Get into it.
He's bunched up on the short side, and one on the top.
Good big sack on the quarterback here. You know, we were able to affect him all night, get him off his spot, worried about, a lot of things other than where he was going to put the ball. They scored one through here on the run game. Good gang tackle right there at the end.
Now he's going to get away this time.
Quarterback scrambling here.
But few and far between.
Pocket. Yep. I think we had a hold right there on that, but they didn't call it. That's all right. Here we go. This is the opening drive of the game. Do a good job here keeping them out of the end zone and no points on the scoreboard.
My favorite play.
Try to set a screen up right there. Big guy gets a ball. 51. Okay, what a play.
Sandoval.
Right here on this. Let's go back. Let's look at this again.
And Arlen said a beef got an interception.
Yeah, he did. He's here tonight. He's going to be talking to everybody. Here, let's go. Look at him. He recognized the screen. Good job sinking back into coverage. We get good pressure on the quarterback, so he's able to keep his eyes on the football, make a great play there. Okay. And we gave him credit for a 2-yard return on this as well. There we go. So, 2 yards on the return. Great job. Area 51, bring it to the sideline. Turnovers are critical, especially in big games. Here, a great cut out of the backfield. Elijah Allen, Turbo. Good job cutting behind the grain there. Get it down inside the low red now. Flip to the quarter.
Micah.
Good switch route right here. And Micah finding Jimmy right here on it. Great throw and catch. We saw that they had a defender kind of right here, and he walked up here to be able to bring pressure off the edge. So then Micah knew we had one-on-one here, so we run this delay and back in and run a little switch concept here. So Micah was going to hand this ball off until they walked up for the pressure, and then here we go. Quick flash fake, and then we put it right back here on Jimmy. Good route.
And a good block by your tight end as well. Kasner picked up a block there on that left side.
There we go. Got it deleted now. Kasner did. Good job. RPO down there in the high red. Okay, get us on the scoreboard. Great job here finding the back out of the backfield by Micah and getting up the sideline. Darius with a nice big gain. In a condensed formation here.
Nice
Good
throw.
Concept. This was a great throw here on third down. This was third and long. Good protection in here on this. You get nice condensed formations. It creates certain coverages that you're going to see. Good job there by Micah finding the corner ball. Jimmy catching it. Sets up this nice field goal here that we punch in.
35 by Holbert.
Yeah, really good.
And then you contained him for most of the night.
Oh, yeah, we did. I thought we had a great defensive game plan. We did a great job defensively, rallying to the football, created a lot of negative yardage plays for them, got them behind the sticks. It's hard to convert, on second down when you find a second and long situation. Here it is. Good job by Micah, stepping up in the pocket, climbing the pocket here, doing a good job of keeping his feet behind the line of scrimmage. As they come out of coverage, which is a critical mistake there, then he's able to throw the ball over the top to Jimmy. But a good job, our guys converting scramble routes here as well.
And knowing where he was on the field to not step across that line.
And then great job, Baby G. We got 2 guys just blocking their tails off downfield right here to make sure that we can get this thing in the end zone. Big play here. I think this put us up 17-7 at this time of the game. It was a big momentum boost right there as you stretch it to a 2-possession lead. Things begin to fall apart for them a little bit right here on this drive. Our defense just did a great job of just suffocating the quarterback here. Nowhere to throw it. He's got to try to escape the pocket. Did a nice job of cage rushing him here. Good job. I thought we got a safety right there, but they called him down. Could have even been a touchdown for us there if it called that a fumble. And then we're able to move the ball right down the field on a short field. They had to punt the ball back here, from the 1-yard line. we return the punt. We start possession at the 30 right after this. So any time you start in that position, you got a great opportunity to score. We're able to get into a heavy set. This is 4th and inches. Right now we come in with big personnel, run the ball inside, gap scheme play, and let the big fella go. 4th and inches turns into a touchdown run there. Now we've got it out to a 24-7 lead. Great momentum right here at that point in the game. Game control has been established. Good job here. Okay. Good. Nowhere to throw. Kind of scramble. There they scramble, and hey, I'm happy with this. It was great coverage. Don't let the quarterback, throw the ball down the field. They were able to run a little bit on that one. We get the ball back here after a stop on downs.
Nowhere to go.
Yep. And then here we go. Okay, let's get ready to go. Finish the game off again. We got heavy personnel, big people in here. We busted loose on a nice run here. Once we get this first down, now we're able to take a knee from this point out, end the game, win the bi-district championship, and bring this trophy home and go play another week. Yeah, it's a great night for the Bobcats.
It was a great win to see complete domination.
Yeah, I was really happy. This is what I told the team after the game. There's a formula to win every game, okay? And what that looks like from week to week is a little bit different. And I got 2 favorite coaching books that I have, and the first is a book by Bill Parcells. It's called Finding a Way to Win. It's a much older book, but he talks in that. The book is centered around the theme of, there is a formula to win every game. And it looks a little bit different based on who you're playing and the strengths and weaknesses of each team. But I felt at peace during this game. I know that it might not have been as sexy as when we dominated Friendship in the second half. And I told the team, I said, you know what looks sexy to me? Winning. Okay, I'm gonna find when we got game control established, and I figured out exactly how it's going to be and what this game is going to look like. This game, they were a stout defense. That team was hard to move the ball on. We did a good job in there in the run game. Ran for another 200 yards. Found the lanes in there to throw the ball when we needed to. We're playing great defense, so game control in my mind was established. The score might have been a little bit tight, but I felt at peace knowing that, man, this is right where this needed to be. We dominated in field position in the kicking game. So the game was in control.
Right.
And it wasn't, I didn't want them to be disappointed.
Right.
That's a great playoff win, and they weren't. It was great excitement and celebration, and I think 24 points was only the 3rd most points they'd given up all season. That team had been really tough.
They've been tough defensive-wise,
yeah. And then, so that was a really good job by our guys. I really was proud of the way that we played the game, the way we won the game. Really all 3 phases coming together to get that done. So, and then it was a great celebration, on the field and then in the locker room. You see a culmination, of a lot of hard work from these guys over the course of a long period of time. And so they're hungry, they're ready to go, they're excited to play another week.
Well, I think Jake Paul would probably be disappointed that y'all didn't follow the script. You're supposed to fall behind a little bit, dig your way out of it, be real exciting in the end. But I would say workmanlike.
It was.
It was a workmanlike win.
It's a physical game. I think the game's won at the line of scrimmage, and we did. We established that over the course of the game and developed our physical style as the game wore on. We're able to run the ball even better and better as the game, extended there, which, in my opinion, I think this is a line of scrimmage game. It's been that way in football forever. You establish yourself at the line of scrimmage, a lot of good things are going to happen for you, whether it's in pass protection or whether you're trying to run the ball or stopping somebody from running the ball or getting after them, in their pass pro. So you win the line of scrimmage, and it's not going to be every down. I mean, these are fights right there where it's, punch, counter punch, punch, counter punch. And when you got that opportunity, where their chin's exposed to throw a haymaker, you got to land it. Mm-hmm. So that's what good football teams do. So, and when you're playing in a round of 32, everybody's good. Everybody's got quality people and players, and it's going to be one of those 48-minute fist fight slugfest games. So we're excited about it.
It seems like more and more this season that the run game has broken the backs of your opponents.
Well, that's me, and ultimately my philosophy. And I think that, when you can run the football and you can run it effectively, it opens up a lot of things that you can do. I think we're a really balanced offense. If you look at our totals over the course of the season, it's about 50-50 in rushing yards and passing yards. So we got great weapons at wide out, at the skill positions. But again, my just philosophy and belief is, you got to establish yourself in the line of scrimmage and run the football. And if you can run the football, a lot of great things will happen for you.
Well, and it looked like what happened was they were getting Z-Train, that they had watched a lot of film on him.
Yep.
And then you brought in, I think it was Darius,
Yep.
and he made a couple of good runs, and I think that opened up. And then you brought in Turbo,
Yep.
and that brought in a different element, and that opened it up for Z-Train.
Yeah, it's really good. We got 3 backs that we're confident in that can all, have bring somewhat of a different skill set to the position. So we like different things sometimes with different guys back there in the backfield, but they all do a great job in protection. They all are just committed, all-in guys that support one another, that are excited when somebody else is out there and makes a play. When one of them makes a play, they feel like those yards belong to all of them, and that's what I love about that group. And just a really tight-knit group that does a really good job. Ball security was great. It's going to be at a premium again, this week. They've done a really good job all season there, and that's what we preach and talk about, and constantly working that element of what they need to do. So excited about them and that group, and see what they can go do this week.
Well, and I like that, when Area 51 got that interception, I even made the comment after, I was like screaming beef got an interception, but I made the comment that was film. You watch that in film. He sensed that he wasn't getting blocked as well, and dropped back. Yes. And so, that's them watching films, and kudos to.
It was really good. I'm proud of him. They weren't a big screen team. They hadn't done a lot, but we've seen a lot of people over the last several weeks. So you kind of get that same feeling there as a defensive lineman, like this ain't quite the same as it normally is. And he did a good job, sinking back into coverage, and it happened to be a middle screen that was right there where in the area where he was, and then to have the awareness to get his hands up and go get the ball, and then got him 2 yards, got a 2-yard return there on it as well. Really proud of him. Yeah, it was a great play.
Great play.
Yeah.
The pre-snap motion, we really like that. And on that touchdown strike to Jimmy Edwards, it showed that just because the tight end goes to one side doesn't mean the play is going to go to that side. And I think some teams are like, oh, there's tight ends, and we're going to go to that side. And it's not always that way.
Well,
it's a little bit of
it's not.
misdirection.
And you bring up a good point. I think that
throwing and caught Jimmy.
We do a really healthy job of self-scouting, and a lot of people, self-scout only in the off week or maybe every 5 weeks. We do it every week. I have them get me a report every week, and it's on my desk, and I want to know, what do they think they know about us, and you do. Teams, they build tendencies. It's natural over the course of a season. So, I think good coaching staffs do a good job of breaking those tendencies, making sure that you keep an opponent off balance. You don't ever want to try to give them an advantage in one way or another that, hey, every time they do this is what's going to happen. I don't want there to be any 100%, when we play. So we're constantly working on that, making sure that we look at that and evaluate, where we are. And it's one of the things I do on Monday night. Every Monday night, that report's sitting on my desk, and I dive into it. I got my Sharpie, and I'm going through there, and then get with the offensive staff and say, this is what I see, from my perspective right here. So, and then we do a good job, making some adjustments and new wrinkles, off of that.
And on the pre-snap motion, what is this? You've got a guy in motion, then he circles around behind the quarterback.
That was a new motion last week. Yeah, we kind of had that kind of return motion there on it, and just a new little wrinkle, off of. You see some of the plays are consistent with just a new little wrinkle, way to, try to manipulate a defense based on what they're doing. So, and a lot of that too, it tips the quarterback as to what's happening right here. If you see a guy chasing him, well, it's man coverage right now. And then you know where you want to put the ball. If they bump it and adjust it, then, you're going to have some form of zone on that as well. So a lot of that stuff helps the quarterback, gives him good, kind of pre-snap indicators on what may or may not be there coverage-wise for him.
And that sweep is always a weapon, too, if you choose to use it, the jet sweep type of thing. Or he may circle around. I love the pre-snap.
I like that, too. Just being a defensive-minded, head coach, what are things that bother, you defensively? And a lot of that is, all that movement, especially if you're a team that has a lot of checks. If they line up like this, then we're going to do this, If this is the formation we see, if it's into the boundary, if they put quads out to the fit, whatever it may be, you have a lot of checks for what you see. And then here comes some, motion going this way, and it creates a check that has to be made. And in the course of that, and you just need one guy to be out of a gap or out of position, and the ball finds that guy. At this level of football, it always works that way. I tell the guys this: if you're not in the right place, the ball will find you. This isn't junior high football anymore where you get away with it. At this level, it requires that attention to detail and what you're doing. So we try to do a lot of that stuff to create some confusion and maybe just get one guy out of position on the other side.
And I think that's one of the things that, we've noticed over the course of the season is how it's progressed. And you add that extra little wrinkle to where the defense is going, whoa, wait a minute, we haven't seen this. What are they doing? And that little, all of y'all have done that throughout. And even on the defensive side, y'all are throwing different things at them. That
you have to. This game, if people know what you're in and know, what you're doing, they have answers for everything, just like we do. If we know, this formation, they always get into this alignment or this coverage, and we have answers built for that. So, and other teams do as well. Right. So I think you have to be creative. You have to, create a presentation that you want the other team to see. I'm talking about us defensively. The presentation matters. What do you want them to see pre-snap? And then what are we doing, post-snap out of that? So a lot of that dictates, protection for them. It dictates, where they adjust their routes, in terms of down the field based on is the middle field closed? Are we in a split safety look right here? So a lot of that kind of happens that way. So most of the game is played before the ball is snapped. You're trying to create these, motions and shifts and adjustments, and what do you want them to see defensively, and then you're coming out of it. So it is. I think that's the beauty of coaching and strategy is you got to execute once the ball is snapped, but what happens before it snaps in some ways is even more important.
What is he doing? Is he running a circle around the quarterback?
Yeah.
When if they think they've got you figured out, you hit them with a no-back set.
Sure. Yeah. I think that empties are great. Personnel grouping to be in. We get in a true empty where we got 5 wideouts and no backs in there, and we'll line up into empty in 12 personnel where we have 1 back, 2 tight ends, and get into an empty picture. So I think that matters as well, that you can get into multiple formations, in multiple different personnel groupings, so you're not always going to get the traditional 12 personnel formations when those guys are in, or 11 or 10 or 21 or whatever it may be. So that's part of the chess match and playing the game.
Just real fast, what is, when we say trips, we have 3 receivers to one side. What is it, the difference when you have them stacked up, where they're all kind of together in a line?
You kind of create bunches, as well with the guys, and versus certain teams, bunches create, certain coverage structures out of it. You can, is they going to soften up and play some form of zone on it? Are they going to press the point man and banjo the 2 off? Is it top hat? Is it levels? What is the look going to be coverage-wise, from the other team? So I think condensed formations, I'm talking now, everybody is tight to the line of scrimmage, create certain things. I like condensed formations. And then bunches to me is when you got them back outside the formation, but you got 2 or 3 guys tight together, stacks and bunches out there, which create different looks as well. So everything has a meaning. Everything is done purposefully as we're trying to, execute a call to get ready to go win.
And banjo, what is?
Banjo would be, a concept here where we're going to play this in and out. Let's say we got 1, 2. This ain't drawn very good. There we go. We got a bunch formation right here. We got 3 guys. So let me actually clear this off right here. I'm going to go back. Let's do it right here. Okay, I'm going to go the other way. We got this right here. So we may have a DB that's right here, and he's got man-to-man on this guy. And then you got 2 DBs that are back here, and they're going to banjo those 2. So if he goes out, then he'll slide and take him, and he comes in and he slides there to take that. Banjo is kind of in and out. Play those 2 guys one way or another. A lot of teams, this is one form of doing that. You press the point man and go. Then another look, then you can come back in here, and you can show this same look, where you're right in here. They got their bunch. And then you may have a guy right here, and it looks the same, like you're playing, some form of banjo or levels with this, and then now it's a true zone right there, and you're going to include and play box out of this and slide him out and slide him over, and you've got a nice box 4 over 3 with them. A lot of that's done more in the high red, as well. It's a great adjustment to that as well, but you got to be able, presentation, what do you want them to see? Okay? And then what are you actually going to do?
Right.
So if you always do the same thing every time, then it becomes predictable. So, and any time that you're predictable, the other team will have answers for that. So we got to be able to get into, adjust to these formations just like that, like a bunch formation, and be able to play it multiple ways, but maybe it looks the same.
Okay. We learned something tonight. That's a new one.
I love this, yeah.
I appreciate that, Coach.
Right
That's
here. Yeah.
When I hear you say something I don't quite recognize, I'm curious.
Yeah.
I have to ask.
You get a haircut, you got it tightened up a little bit there.
This is called, there's 15 different types of buzz cuts, I found out. This is the induction. And I'm ready for war.
All right.
We're going to be ready for war this week, so I got the military induction.
Yeah, I remember whenever I looked like that in about November '89. Yeah.
But I know I'm not a member of the bald community, and I don't try to be. I'm not an imposter. But yeah, I thought a ready for war haircut would be good. I got the Tony Soprano snow globe. We haven't lost since I started bringing this to games.
Oh, good.
He's not superstitious. You'd think he was a baseball coach.
I like it.
Tony's keeping an eye on us, so bada bing. It's money.
It's money.
There you go. That's right.
It's good.
That's the that's the good luck charm.
It's a great show. Great show.
Yeah.
Take a break.
Hang on. The government's calling. Excuse me.
They're giving you permission to interview him?
The U.S. government has declassified Area 51, and they have made it okay for us to interview him. That's the red phone. That's the
Sandoval
government right there.
next.
Brian Sandoval.
We got
Colton
Ethan
Kent
Boyd
here.
right back in here is going to join us as well. We got Colton Kent over here as well, and Brian Sandoval. An offensive lineman, 2 defensive linemen are going to come join the crew.
Good deal.
These guys are dominating right now. I'm super proud of these guys. Excited for y'all to hear from them.
Couldn't be in a better situation, honestly. So let's do that. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back at Shenanigans for more Bobcat Insider from Luke's Cage and Shenanigans right after this.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
Friendship being
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
Welcome back to Shenanigans along with Luke's Cage. This is Bobcat Insider. I'm Darren. We'll be rejoined by Arlen and some of the Central Bobcats. Got linemen, offensive and defensive tonight coming up. But right now, Brooklyn Stamps is along with us. How you doing?
I'm good.
Well, nice to have you on. You are our SAISD Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate you coming out. Having a good day, good evening?
Yes.
All right. Well, let's talk. I know Coach Smith's wife was talking about his readers. I'm gonna have to put on my readers because you have so many accolades. I don't want to get them wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Girls varsity team veteran and leader. That's what Coach Vu is talking about, how you are a big-time leader on that cross-country team. So let's talk about some more. You earned 2 individual medals this season and helped the team win 2 team championships and 1 runner-up finish. Helped the girls finish 3rd at the District 2-6A meet to advance to the regional meet this season after y'all missed out last season.
Yes.
So congratulations on that. Needless to say, as a scholar athlete, you are also a very good scholar. Make good grades and all that kind of stuff. Maybe even going to attend Auburn to become a clinical psychologist.
Yes.
We'll talk more about the future right now. Let's talk about how did you end up doing this?
So my whole family runs, and so I've always just run with them. And
Do y'all go on like family runs together?
yes, we do like the Thanksgiving, like turkey trots every year, stuff like that.
Oh, really? How long have you been competing? Since junior high or before?
My elementary school had like a run club, and I started competing then.
Okay. What made you want to do cross country though?
I was good at it. I really enjoyed it. It just like cleared my mind.
Okay. So whenever you are competing, you say it clears your mind. What goes through your mind? Are you just so focused with no thoughts, or?
Basically, yeah. It's
And
a
there's
bit
no
stressful
doubts?
later. Yeah.
When you run, I guess you can't in a meet, but whenever you run on your own, you listen to music?
Yes. Normally I go on like long runs for hours and can just sit in music.
Okay. Well, when you compete, how long is that total? How long are the runs like at the district meet?
It was a 5K, so 3.1 miles.
Ooh, that's not easy.
No.
And it's not like a straight run on a track or a treadmill or anything.
No,
You've got
there's, like,
alligator
hills.
pits that you have to jump over and snake pits and all that kind of stuff. So what is the course like?
So at district, it's the absolute worst course. It's super hilly. On district, it rained, so it was really muddy, and it's just sand and dirt.
So whenever you're trying to run, are you digging down into the mud, trying to get yourself out of it?
Yes, so at regionals, there's like hundreds of girls, and it was just like dust flying at you from
Man,
everywhere.
that's hazardous conditions. Does the dirt ever pull your shoes off?
Yes, at one of my meets this year, my shoe did like almost come off, yeah.
Really? There was that much mud, we just
Yeah.
pulled it right off. Oh my goodness. What kind of shoes do you wear specifically for cross country?
Sometimes I wear like the waffles, which are like spikes, but just without the spikes. Normally I run in like Brooks or Hoka's.
Okay. I've heard a lot of good things about Hoka's from running. I'm trying to get you a shoe endorsement deal, so we're going to go ahead and get the ball rolling on that. So what other sports have you been into growing up?
I did soccer growing up, and cheer and dance. I still do cheer.
Okay. So are you on the cheer squad?
Yes.
Okay. Have you guys been competing already? Or are you going to do that later? Or is there a competitive squad and a
This year there's a competitive squad and a football squad, and I'm just doing football, but in past years I have competed.
Okay. Well, you guys certainly make the atmosphere and the spirit at the football games. You really do, and you bring out the best in the crowd, and you're a part of it, big part of it. Let's talk about school. I got to ask you the question I ask everybody. Are you more of a math science person, or are you more of an English history person?
I'm definitely English history.
All right. You're one of the few. Is that your favorite? What's your favorite subject?
History.
Awesome. Is there a part of history that you like to study, a particular period?
I really like learning about like all the wars going on.
All right. So you can talk about the French influence in American geopolitics in Indochina back in the 50s and 60s,
Maybe.
which led to the Vietnam conflict. That's what we're going to talk about the rest of the show, because it's my special interest. So what about the future?
I do plan on attending Auburn, maybe not Auburn, I'm still looking at colleges, but definitely an out-of-state college. And I plan on majoring in psychology and doing clinical therapy.
Okay. You're going to be helping a lot of people then.
I hope so, yes.
Is that something you've been interested in for a while?
Yes, so I volunteer at Open Arms. It's a rape crisis center, and I've just seen their therapists there and see them work and how they help people, and it's really interested me.
So you've witnessed some people who are in some really bad situations.
Yes.
And did that affect you emotionally? Like, did you take that home with you? Well, now you'll be able to do something about it.
Yes, hopefully.
Why Auburn? Are you a War Eagle? Or obviously not a Roll Tide fan.
So my stepdad, he's in the military and he lives out there.
Okay.
So we visit him and see.
Have you been to Toomer's Corner where they?
Yes.
I bet that's pretty cool, except when the Alabama fan poisoned the trees. But
yeah.
And wasn't a bit sorry about it. You got to watch the Roll Tide War Eagle documentary if you haven't seen that already. It's very good. Well, we appreciate you joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And you ready for Friday?
Yes, I'm super
excited. All right, let's do it. By the way, the cheers have changed since I was in school. Y'all don't do pork chop, greasy, greasy. We're going to beat y'all easy, easy.
No.
Do that one Friday.
I will tell them, yes.
And that will be all right. We appreciate it. Our SAISD Scholar Athlete of the Week. We'll be back at Shenanigans right after this.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
At Schertz Landscape, we care about the quality of trees that you put in your landscape. Therefore, we grow our trees here locally in the Concho Valley. As a certified arborist, I not only care about the quality of your tree being planted, but I am also qualified as a tree risk assessor. I can evaluate the health of an older tree or the risk that it may have to you and your property. Come see us at Schertz Landscape, where we care about the quality of your trees.
Friendship being
Hey, welcome back to Shenanigans. This is the playoff edition of Bobcat Insider. I'm Darren, and we are joined by, well, Arlen likes to call them beef. Ethan Boyd is here. We have offensive lineman and defensive lineman here as well. Area 51, the government called. You are no longer classified. We can now have you out here in public. Thank you for being on. It's nice to meet you finally. Colton Kent is along, man. How you doing? All right. I can't hear Colton very well. And I don't want him getting mad at us. Ethan, what size shoe do you wear?
I wear a size 17.
A size 17?
Yes, sir.
Man, I bet it's terrible going shoe shopping anywhere. I mean, you have to special order everything?
I do.
Oh, man. Having trouble hearing him. You got him? All right. Can you hear him? You're going to get these guys mad at me, and they're going to flatten me up here. Man, so you have to special order every darn shoe you get.
Yes, sir.
I know Mom's with you, and that probably cost a little extra too, but let me tell you something. Your mama loves you. She's always bragging on you on Facebook, and I can see why, man. What has this season meant to you, being a part of a team that got us back in the playoffs, got us a playoff win? Describe how you feel about this season so far.
I feel great about this season. Last year, I felt like we came up a little short, and this year, making playoffs, winning by district, it's amazing, and it feels like a privilege to even be this far when some teams are not even there and didn't even get to go to playoffs, and we get to move forward and go to area and play the number one team in the nation.
How does it feel to know you're going up against the number one team in the nation? Is it just like let it all hang out, man?
Exactly. I mean, nothing to lose. Play with everything. Play with your all. And it feels great. It feels like a great privilege.
All right. We're looking forward to seeing y'all get after it Friday. And they probably have got better TikTok dances than y'all so far, but y'all can concentrate on football this week. They may be concentrating on the wrong thing. Area 51 is what we call you. You are now declassified by the government. And Ryan Sandoval, you got that pick against Pebble Hills, but you have been a monster all year, and people are having a lot of trouble with all of you guys, but you have been just pushing people back and a menace. That's what you are. How long have you played this game?
For about 3 years.
That's all?
Yes, sir.
When
I
did
played
you
a little bit when I was younger. Glenn, that's about it.
Did you play in the crosstown, the hometown showdown, the Glenn and Lone Star?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, we have all you guys on there. It's crazy that seems just like yesterday we were interviewing all of y'all for 8th grade games. When did you discover you had a real talent for this game? Did you decide, hey man, I'm going to really get after this?
From the jump, and it's been all throughout coaches. Coaches really coached me well. They gave me confidence to just go out there and just move people around, to have confidence in what I'm doing. Like, it's just a real blessing that they're with me, just coaching me up.
Well, you guys have certainly been impressive this season. Colton Kent on the end there. I've spoken to you, met you a time or two. Do you know your numbers this season on sacks and all of that?
I think I'm sitting at around 7.5 right now for sacks.
Man, that's a lot. Do you know can you sense when a play starts? I'm about to get that quarterback.
I mean, that's the goal. Every play is just get back there and cause as much havoc as possible.
And you move pretty fast for a big guy. You and Riley Ones both are deceptively quick. Do you have is there one play this season that's like your favorite one?
Probably our first one that we got at home this year, which was against Abilene Cooper. I really love the first sack of the season that I got, so it was a real cool play, a real awesome moment.
Did you feel like there was some pressure off of you? You got your sack, now you can just have fun, not worry about getting that first one? All right. Against Cooper, that last play, whenever it was do or die for them, did you sense that it was going to go bad for them from the pressure y'all brought on the quarterback? You had Carrillo running for his life there at the end.
Yes, sir. We were hitting him all night, no matter what. I'm pretty sure I had 3 sacks that game. Sandy was getting to him. All of us were getting up in his face all night, no matter what. If he didn't have the ball, if he had it, we were hitting him. We were just having a game.
And that showed toward the end because he was getting away from you as much as he could. I want to give a shout out to Tucker Beatty, too, who was about to get him before he released the ball. But for you, is there any kind of memory this season that was your favorite other than the Cooper game?
Just getting to go out there and play with my boys every Friday, going out there to lay it all down.
And Sandy?
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about playing in front of a San Angelo crowd? Because it seems much different here than it is in a lot of towns because people come out to the games and people are loud. Do you like that environment?
I think it gets me really hyped, staying mentally locked in and not focusing on the outside world and just what I got to do to help the Bobcats win this game. And it's just we got to stay locked in.
All right. Well, I noticed that you guys, and it's nobody likes to lose, but you guys, you take it pretty personal. And I can see it on your faces when you have fallen, but I guess that motivated y'all to get on this winning streak that you're on right now, because you've come so close in certain games. Do you feel like that motivated y'all to go that extra step and get over that hump?
Oh, yes, sir.
All right. Ethan, is there anything Coach Smith does, would you tell you, without saying anything, tell you he's not happy whenever y'all are at practice about a certain play or the way something was executed?
Yes, I probably shouldn't repeat what he says. He got on to us today, but it lights us up and it makes us practice better so we can get ready for the week.
I noticed, I think it's when he looks at the ground, when he does this and doesn't say anything, I'm like, oh man, he's not happy. But he's a motivational guy. Do you feel that he's brought an energy to the team?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, any pregame rituals? I'll start with you.
I usually pray before the game. That's mainly my pregame ritual.
All right. Very good.
Just hopefully, like I said, off of him, pray. Hopefully nobody gets hurt and to win a good game.
Colt?
I just mostly pray and then get off on my own and just lock in on the game. That's about it.
All right. Well, you guys are going to be playing at a really nice brand. You still got that new stadium smell to it. Bryles Stadium, Copeland Field. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of Stephenville folks that didn't make their game to be on the radio listening and out at y'all's game. And that's my old stomping ground, so maybe some of my old friends will too. But it's a cool place to play, and you guys get to play the Dragons, and maybe you'll be the Dragon Slayers. It could happen. And we believe in y'all, and we love y'all win or lose, man, because you brought us a lot of great memories, and the community is behind you, and they'll be there with you. So, guys, best of luck to y'all, and thanks for coming to talk to us. We appreciate it.
Of course.
We'll be back at Shenanigans, more with Coach Smith right after this on Bobcat Insider.
San Angelo, it's time to invest in your home and protect your future. Olivas Restoration and Solar, your trusted partner in roofing, solar, insulation, and fencing. Call Olivas Restoration and Solar today for your free consultation.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Check out why First Community Federal Credit Union is the #1 local auto lender in the Concho Valley.
With great low rates on new, used, and refinance autos, we can save you money. First Community has great payment options and low prices for GAP, extended warranty, and credit life insurance, so we can make your payment fit your budget. So be smart, bank smart, and contact First Community for your auto financing needs.
Pain is never planned, and recovery time is never convenient. But the last thing you want to do is wait for answers. At Angelo MRI, you are more than a number. We can get you results within 24 hours at a price you can afford. So when you need to get back into the game fast, tell your doctor you want to go to Angelo MRI. We hope you don't need us this season. But in case you do, remember, it's your health, your choice, your MRI.
Welcome back to Shenanigans, Bobcat Insider, brought to you by Shenanigans Sports Bar and Grill and Luke's Cage here on Pixelcast Media's Concho Sports Network. Well, the Highway Patrol is going to have to pull over and probably be waiting for everybody in San Angelo on their way to Stephenville, because we are the home team, which means we get the side with all the seats and the shade and,
we do.
and all of that stuff at Bryles Stadium. It's Mike Copeland Field at Bryles Stadium, and a very, very nice facility in Stephenville. And we get to play a team that is called the Dragons. Are they any good at all?
They're an excellent football team. This is going to be a great, game, a great matchup. Kind of one of the blue blood teams in high school football in Texas, and and for great reason. I've got great appreciation and respect for what they've done over a long period of time. And to sustain success that long, you're doing a lot of things right. They got great coaches, really good players. They got just a strong history and tradition of winning football there, and commitment to excellence, and the support and the resources that are required to be at that level. So, yeah, this is a one of the programs that you look at and you kind of identify every year they're going to be a contender, for it. So this will be my 4th time playing these guys. My 2nd as a head coach. Coached against them twice as an assistant. Now this will be 2nd time as a head coach. But Riley Dodge, their head coach, an outstanding coach, great player in his own right for the Dragons, and back at the school where he went to high school at, and so just great respect for him as well, and appreciation for what he's done there at South Lake Carroll. So it'll be a great game. Excited to play.
Well, one thing I was going to say before we jumped into talking about them, you had talked about, you said Coach Briles and Coach Copeland.
Yep.
Familiar with both of them.
Yeah.
Lived down the road from both of them whenever I lived in Stephenville. But you had mentioned you talked to Coach Briles.
I did.
So let's talk about, we're going to go play at his stadium on Coach Copeland's field. So you had a story for us.
I called Coach Briles yesterday, and he's been a good friend for a long time. He grew up in Abilene, so every time we talk, he gives me his address on Sales Boulevard where he grew up in Abilene. And so, man, he's been one of my heroes in coaching. I took the path as I elevated quickly as a high school coach, and then became a head coach at a young age, and then took the leap to college football. And really, it's guys like Art Briles that had a great, tremendous success as a high school coach, went to college ball. I just said, man, I love that. Whatever he did, I want some of that. He was an inspiration to me, and I've gotten to know him over the years, and lots of good, Coach Briles stories. I talked to him yesterday. I called him and said, hey, we're playing at your stadium, and he was excited for us. And he said, you're going to love it there. He's been to 2 games there, he said, this year when they dedicated the stadium, and then to 1 other. So he's doing well. We talk a lot, and one story about seeing him, and this is kind of a snapshot of what college football coaching looks like. His son Kendall, who's now at TCU, the offensive coordinator. So Kendall got hired at the University of Arkansas. My staff that I was a part of got fired at the University of Arkansas, and he comes in with the 2nd staff. So this is a true story. The same day, Kendall bought a house on my street, the street that I lived on, Riverfront, in Fayetteville, and there's a moving truck in my driveway loading up stuff to move out. And he's about 4 houses down on the other side of the street, and his truck is there moving in. So, I mean, that's just like a snapshot. Coach Briles was walking his dog down the street, giving him a break, and so it was really neat. That's just kind of a snapshot of what college football is like there. But very, very happy to be playing in Stephenville at Art Briles Stadium, and a tremendous influence on a lot of people, a lot of coaches, and great high school career, great college career. Yeah, doing really well.
I witnessed it firsthand without meaning to. The radio station I worked at age 18 was right across from the stadium. Coach Briles would come by the radio station, and I just, as a passive witness, got to see them build into what they are now, starting with him and these razzle-dazzle, drawn up in the sand formations. People were like, what is he doing? This crazy stuff. And got to know him. I even got to host a Powder Puff football game with him, which was a lot of fun. And I can see that happening here, that mystique starting to grow.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've witnessed both of them and how these things come into play, and I think we're headed in that direction.
We are.
And it was a cool thing to witness and a good guy to get to know.
We are. They've got Logan O'Brien is on their staff. He was a former Mr. Bobcat here at San Angelo Central. I walk by his picture every day on the way to my office, and he's a great coach, tremendous coach, and great player here. And he's on staff there at South Lake Carroll, and he comes home for the summertime a little bit here and there, and he comes into the office. We've had some great conversations and visits, and great appreciation for him as well, and what he means to this program and what he did. When he was wearing the Bobcat jersey, he's a great example for others. Yeah, so excited to see him as well Friday night.
Well, and that Friday night, that team, let's talk a little bit of Dragon Ball. They're going for their 9th state championship this year.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing to think that legacy, and I heard Darren mention whenever they were a little 2A school, they've grown.
They have.
And they've just exponentially, and it's like we talked about, we did a friendship game with them a couple of years ago. They just reload.
Yeah,
that's all they do. You're getting to that point.
We are, and I think that's what's great about these sudden death battles. It's one game. You win and you advance, you lose and you go home. You got to be on your stuff. In these games, and so I love it. I told the team, I went back, did the math, and over my career, 4 times played the number 1 team in the country, and another 14 times played a top 10 team in the country, and kind of, man, here's what works when you get ready for these games, and here's what doesn't. So we're going to do a good job of being just mentally, in tune with what's going on in the moment, not being hijacked by, anything around and outside factors, and being able to be locked in on what I need to do to go and play. So it is, this is a great brand of a team that we're playing here, but at the same time, I love this brand right here.
Oh, yeah.
We respect everybody that we play. Our motivation has never been on, hey, these guys are stinking. That's not how we motivate, We motivate by us doing our job at a high level and executing, my assignment, for 48 minutes or as long as it takes. So that's been our focus right here at each week of the season, and it'll be that way, this week as well as we continue through it, get ready to go play. Excited about the game. We all understand who the opponent is and the respect that we have for them. But there are going to be 2 teams that show up in that stadium on Friday night. One of them's going to win.
Yeah.
Okay? And we got to put ourselves in the best position to go and do that.
And I think you will. And I think anybody's beatable. That's what I always like to say is anybody's beatable. Any Friday night, It's up here. It's that mental disposition.
And my feeling on that, I say that, the mental is to the physical as 2 is to 1. I believe that. You've got to have the right mental disposition to play this game. There is a tremendous physical element to it. You have to bring that. That is non-negotiable. But when you have that, you've established that physical mentality of football. Now, how are you trained mentally? Because the mental is to the physical as 2 is to 1. You have to be engaged in the moment, so consumed with what you're doing on this particular snap, and then reset that and do it again. So that requires a great deal of discipline to be able to do that, to lock out all the other noise, the opponent that you're playing, the location that you're playing, the weather that's out there, the circumstances in the game. Are we winning? Are we losing? All of those things, and be able to reset yourself and just go play. So I love that about our team. You've seen us be down at times in the year. We're never out. Here they come. And I think that is a great example of what mental conditioning that we've done within this group, that you see a group of guys that, man, they always coming after you. So we need to do that again and have that in great examples of that all night on Friday night.
Right. We can talk about their accolades, the quarterback going to Pitt, the receiver going to Ohio State, at all of these. But you still have to play the game, and they have to still come and play the game, and we're not going to be in all of them, one play at a time. I like to use some examples. Jim Lampley's one of my favorite sportscasters. He asked George Foreman at age 45, George, when you fight Michael Moorer, how are you going to find him? He's too fast. How are you going to find him? And he said, around the 9th or 10th round, he's going to stand in front of me, and I'm going to set a trap. Those things happen. Upsets happen, and it could happen. And we got a great bunch of kids that could do it.
Yeah, we can, and it's going to be a great night, And I love where the team is. I love where our focus is, and guys showing up early, staying late, ready to go. What notes do I need to study on this? And coming to me with ideas about things that I've seen. The team is hungry. Okay, and I know this too about when you're playing ball even into the 12th week and continuing from there. When you have a team that is still hungry to go and play, man, some teams the plane is landing at this time of the year. Ours is 100% still ascending, and I love that. I mean, the energy around the building is like day one of training camp, and it is. And I think that's a part of the culture, that who we are. This is that plane is still taking off on the runway. And I love that about this group, and we're going to continue this journey together, and in that kind of space that we're in right now. And I love the opponent that we're playing. Let's go against the best. I like that. I like matching up, and let's see what we can go do. And let's see our guys go compete and go play. When we got things going on all 3 phases of it, we're pretty darn good, and good enough to win, that's for sure. So we're going to go give it our best, and man, I know one thing: we'll leave it all out on the field, and our best is good enough.
Right, and one thing I was going to say is, in Brownwood, we always used to say the last person out, turn off the lights, whenever Coach Wood was doing his thing. And I think that's, if you're not going to show up Friday night, you can join us. It'll be on NFHS. But come out and support.
Oh, yeah.
Come out and show up. There's 5,000 seats out there.
We need that. Won that toss. I knew that was a critical kind of coin flip, so to speak. The way that works, you get the old coaching book out, and it's got every school in the state of Texas listed in it. And I'm on FaceTime with Coach Dodge, and he's been a great friend a long time. Wonderful man and coach. And I said, all right, I got my book here. I said, I'm going to call you list a school. And then they have to say odd or even, and you look at the last digit of the zip code to see if you won the toss or not. And I told Coach Dodge, I said, now I'm going to call this school. Don't delay, okay? I need to come back immediately with your odd or even. I flipped the page, and I said Post. It's Post High School was what it was. And he said odd, and it was even. And I turned around, and I showed him right there, and it was even. So that's how the Bobcats got to be the home team in this game, just the luck of a coin flip there, but certainly grateful to be on that side. And, man, we do. It's 5,500 people fit on that side. We need 5,500 Bobcat fans right over in there cheering and screaming and going crazy and helping support. The guys in orange get to wear orange again, and that's important to me, and I know it's important to a lot of people in San Angelo. So here we go. We'll have the orange hats on, orange jerseys, out there ready to go play.
And we'll be wearing our orange. So.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
I know y'all will be up there.
We are professional, impartial broadcasters.
I'm not. I am a homer all the way.
That lasted all of 5 minutes. We're going to have fun, and I know there are going to be a lot of people there.
Yep.
And hey, we all ride together.
Listen, it'll be a great night. I just want, Brooklyn, I love that we were able to, celebrate her and her accomplishments here. Not only just being a great cross-country runner, track runner, great student, cheerleader. I mean, that's a great example of the wonderful, student athletes that we have here. And then we got our big guys. We got Ethan Boyd, Colton Kent, Brian Sandoval. I just love celebrating with them. That's why you do it. You do it to impact lives. I appreciate Ethan not repeating, some of the things that get said. They never have to guess how I'm feeling. I'll tell you that much, okay? If I ain't feeling very good, they're going to hear it right then and there.
I've seen you look at the ground.
At that moment. And at the same time, I tell them that my coaching philosophy is a heavy hand of accountability, discipline, and get after you, and an equal heavy hand of love, care, concern, and respect. And sometimes they need a heavy dose of this hand. Sometimes they need a heavy dose of this. But I think you got to be able to deliver both of those, to develop and grow young people. So they got a heavy dose of this one, okay, this morning a little bit. But, yeah, I certainly love them and appreciate them, and I'm grateful for all of them that are here tonight and their families that represent them as well. Looking forward to a great week and a great Friday night in Stephenville.
Oh, yeah. We're supposed to have an emotional distance as journalists, but that's not going to happen.
Can't help it. Just bring your
We're
Tony.
We're going to bring Tony.
Right
Tony's going to bada bing. We're going to be there. And, we get emotionally involved.
Thank you to Shenanigans as well. Another great season here at Shenanigans, and that note will continue on, through this season and all through the spring. But always a great atmosphere here at Shenanigans, and Luke's Cage and everybody, Orange Theory, and everybody sponsoring this show. Thank you, Shay.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thanks to Shay, our producer, doing a great job putting all this together. And thanks to all the parents who have come out here with the kids or brought the kids out here. And we'll be there. We all ride together. And we're going to be there all together this Friday night. I hope to see you. It'll be on NFHS Network. Love to see you in person. Coach, it's been fun. We'll hopefully be talking about it again next week.
Good. I hope so.
Monday night.
Let's go Bobcats.
We'll make plans. Let's do it. All right. Thank you all very much for joining us. Thanks to Shenanigans. Thanks to Luke's Cage. And we'll see you next time. This has been Bobcat Insider live on Concho Sports.